Okay, so I'm not sure if this is recording or not, but so wondering if I'm live right now, and if I am, there's a few things that I want to get off my mind, and they've been rolling around, the social media, but I just can't get over the fact that some of the stuff is just completely so asininely stupid, mind-numbingly stupid. So let's start off with Jen Psaki. And one of the press secretary's things that she had that say about the kids in the cages, which now they're called containers or whatever the hell they're referring to it as, when she's saying that the kids are coming over unoccupied, meaning that they're coming over without family. Just like Trump said, probably coyotes, families sending him over just to get into American soil. And now they're putting them in containers, which are cages. But here's the thing. She said that they're coming over unoccupied, which means without families. And she said that what this administration is not doing, which is what the Trump administration did, was rip them from their families. Well, they're not coming over with families. They're coming over unoccupied. The hypocrisy, if you don't pay attention to how the things are said, it's never caught on. No one catches on to it. And the people that do catch on to it and make it known, get on and talk on social media about it, it never falls on the ears of the people that it would make sense to. We need to wake up people that are just deaf and blind at this point, that continue to be deaf and blind. They're using the cages that they complained about, that Trump firmly said that they built. They're using the cages again that they built. It's sick. It's sick. This morning, okay, I don't know how old or how new this is. I came across some pre-recorded news programs that now they're saying math is racist. Math is racist. I'm not even going to get into that one. I'm just putting it out there in case you guys have never even heard of it before. You have now, which we all knew this was coming, the Biden administration now starting to work on the whole Second Amendment, with all the stuff that now they're pushing to try to declare it a national emergency. So it's coming. They're going to start ripping away and digging at our Second Amendment rights. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all this. I know that there's vets out there that have gone overseas, fought, nearly died, some, suffering the ultimate sacrifice for us, that are angry that everyone's, pushing for a war, pushing for making this stop. They know the outcome of war. They know that it will cause famine and cause chaos and death, and the area that people are calling for it. But everything that's happening right now in this country, my theory is this: the whole thing where they say the pen is mightier than the sword, that's gone out the window. That went out the window on November 3rd when we voted. That was us using the pen to make our voices heard. And they ripped that away from us. That doesn't matter anymore. This is not a people's government. This is an establishment that wants to push and control everything. Has nothing to do with us. Our Second Amendment was put in place by our forefathers to protect us from exactly what's happening right now. This is not going to go away through voting. This is not going to go away by going out there and pushing paper to try to make it go away. There's not a magical superhero that's going to make this disappear. It's going to involve us taking up arms and making it happen. It has to be forced, because if it's not forced, it won't go nowhere. That's the only way this will happen. And it's not to say that by going that route that we'll win. It's literally us going against our military. And it's scary. It's a scary thing, especially in these times. But there's no other way. At least I see it that way. There's no other way. I have a close friend of mine that's, and I won't name the organization, but let's just call it a paramilitary organization, a militia type group. That's a fairly large one. And there's numerous paramilitary militia type groups out there that are non-criminal. Of course, to our government now, they're terrorists. But there's militia groups out there that are for our Constitution. They're for protecting our liberties, our God-given rights of just being free people that this country allowed us to be. But yet you don't hear them. When I spoke to this person, the word that came down from the top, or whoever, was that the time wasn't now, the time wasn't right. And it came to be that they didn't have, there wasn't enough people, so-called, for them to do anything or be able to do anything with. Well, let's start to unite. Let's start, why are there all these different groups? Get all these groups together. Make something happen. Those are the people that can make the change or influence some type of something happening. This election, there was 80 million plus people, and I think there's a lot more than 80 million. I mean, this is what they're saying. I think the majority, a major majority of this country is red, conservative, want what this country was meant to be. There are people on the left, regular, normal people that, again, the people that are just sleeping, the people that just have no clue, and I keep saying this, some people get offended by it. I don't care. I don't care about feelings anymore. This has been a thing now for a while, months and months. Feelings don't matter. They don't matter. And there is the awake, intelligent people, and there's the just completely stupid, ignorant people, naive. And to me, those people are more dangerous than this fake ass virus as it is. Okay. Let me refrain. I'm not going to say it's fake, but definitely not lethal. Over 99% survival rate. And we're dealing with all this, which is another thing. I could talk about different stuff. And again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor. But the time will come where I'm going to be doing some lives on different things. And really, it's just about me venting. It's me putting out there what a lot of people, at least what I feel is the intelligent group, are sitting around and venting about, discussing with family, just the hypocrisy and the stupidity that's out there, what we're allowing to happen. We're allowing this to happen. It's tolerance. We've become a nation of tolerance, and it's been hurting us for years because, again, everyone assumes that the way to correct things is by pencil pushing. It's by electing people to do a job for us. And it's very clear that that does not happen. It won't happen because where there's money, there's power. And they'll gain their power unless we forcefully take it away from them. That's the only way. It won't happen any other way. Everything right now in the world is going towards a socialist, communist way. Everything that you knew or that we know is right is wrong. And everything that's wrong is right. And we need to stop it. This can't continue on. I am one of these people, I can vent all day long. I'm not one of these people that can go out there and make the noise that needs to be made. And there's a lot of people like me. I'm older, I'm not in shape, you know what I mean? But we have a lot of true Americans out there that are pissed off and they're ready to go. And there's just no way to get anything organized because no one's trying. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. It's just, you got to think about this stuff, man. We're back to this bullshit with the whole gender thing. People, are you serious? So we can't use gender type terms anymore. California now, there are shopping plazas and stores and that are now being fined because they have to be gender neutral. They can't have a men's and women's or boys and girls sections. What the hell are we coming to? What the hell kind of world is this? Let's talk about that for a second. Pedophile Joe, when he was campaigning, he was pushing this whole thing that, they follow the science. Okay, well, what does biology say about humankind and procreation? Men and women make baby, period. When you're born male, you're born female. Now, I am not against anybody. I am not racist. I am not against any LGBTQ. I don't care. I have no hateful bone in my body when it comes to anybody, ethnicity, whatever. I have friends in all those realms. My neighbor is a black man married to a white woman. We hang out all the time. I am not in any way racist. But when it comes to that, there's a fine line that needs to be drawn. Okay? If you're born a man and you're like men, if you're born a woman and you're like a woman, you're gay. That's not uncommon. That goes back way back in history. It's just a common thing. It's a normal thing for people, if that's how you are. The line gets drawn is when you're a man and then you believe that you want to be a woman and you're going to dress like a woman, you're going to try to look like a woman, and you want to be referred to as a woman, and you want to have everything completely done in your life and around you as if you're a woman. Use a woman's restroom, women's locker room, women's everything. Women's sports now. That was this thing now in the news. That's fucking stupid. Okay? That's where the line is drawn. Okay? You can be a man who likes a man, dates a man, marries a man, makes his life with a man. Same thing with a woman. It does not mean that you are a woman if you are a man. You're a man who likes a man, or you're a woman who likes a woman. Okay? A guy who goes out and has to change his appearance and change how he looks, and he wants to be a woman because he wants to be with a man, then what the hell's the purpose? That's defeating the purpose. If you're gay, why, and you want to be with a man, why are you going to make yourself look like a woman? The man that you're trying to date or you're trying to get with doesn't even want to be with a woman. He wants to be with another man. Why are you going to make yourself look like a woman? And vice versa when it's a woman. Why are you going to make yourself turn and look like a man if you're naturally a woman and you're looking for a woman to be with? You're not looking for a man. So why are you going to go through this process of going through all this? There is a natural way of being. It's just natural. Just like a man likes a woman, wants to be with a woman wants to be with a man. There is that natural thing. A man wants to be with a man, a woman wants to be with a woman. It's normal. That is normal. When you start getting into the other realm that I'm talking about, now you're talking about a mental issue. That is a dysphoria, a gender dysphoria that needs to be mentally looked at. You need to go talk to somebody. We have help for all these other things in the world of medicine and psychology. So why are we acting like this is not a mental issue? It needs to be addressed. It cannot be forced and pushed on society like it's normal. It is not normal. It'll never work, just like a lot of the things that are being pressed and pushed in society right now by this ridiculous administration will not work. We are being picked and prodded and ripped apart of every normality of just a simple way of living and being. And I don't know how people can just sit back and allow this to happen. I don't understand. Trump was the best president in modern history. He was putting everything and every piece of the puzzle in place to start gearing this in the right direction. And everyone could see from the beginning that that man and his family went through complete hell. They, from the get-go, wanted that man out because he did not fit and he did not belong to this establishment. He was not controlled. He wasn't going to make this happen. They went through 4 years of completely being off their agenda, of pushing what they're pushing right now. So now it's being done with force. It's being done like an overdrive. And we're sitting back and allowing it to happen. Trump would have been the great answer, a good resolve, if they didn't plan this virus where they had to close the economy and just do what they did, weaponizing it, planning it and weaponizing it. But all this stuff where he's the Messiah, Trump is the Messiah, blah, blah, blah. Come on, let's be real here. There's no Messiah. Like I said, there is no magical being, no magical superhero that's going to come and make any kind of change, that's going to make something happen. That's up to us. We can sit here and say, let's put our faith into God, which, yes, we can. But God is the reason behind our ability to be able to do something. We need to follow God's word. We need to make sure that we protect what God has given us, our ability to live free. We're living under control. They want to control everyone. They want to force things on us that people don't want. Again, there's the people who just don't grasp. And they're like, yes. Case in point, this vaccine. Okay, I worked in medical research. This vaccine is just poison, pretty much, if you ask me, because there's no clinical trials on it. There needs to be a controlled process of testing to know both short-term and long-term effects of what could happen by taking this vaccine. You can piggyback off of other ones, but it's not the same thing. You need to go through clinical trials. It takes a long time, and it starts with testing on animals to then make sure that you can move on to go to controlled testing on humans and go from there. That's why Trump said you're taking something that could take 5 to 10 years, roughly, if not more sometimes. And it was produced in around a 9-month period. But producing it is not the same thing as testing it. So who knows what people are thinking in their heads, because I don't know how anyone can allow themselves to think that that's okay. I don't get it. I think that there's no difference between injecting yourself with some type of poison, man. You know, Israel already, I think it's Israel. If you haven't seen it yet, already started I think it's called the Green Passport Program, something like that. I believe that they're not allowing anyone to go into specific particular places, like public places, movie theaters, malls. I think even public transit, unless you have a COVID passport or your COVID vaccinations or whatever, which is, I guess that's what they're referring to it as. So it's already started in Israel, and it's what's going to happen here, or probably globally, obviously, but I don't know why they're forcing this. I don't know why. I don't know what the point of this is. There's when a child's born, they're not required to take any vaccinations. It's not a requirement. Parents don't need to have them vaccinated. You want a child to go to public school, they require the vaccinations. But what if they don't go to home? What if you homeschool? They're still not required to take any vaccinations. If they were doing any sports. So you can have the choice to not be vaccinated for anything. But that's not what's happening. They're mandating this. They're placing this in a way where you're not going to be able to avoid it. They're even doing it when now there's a bill, I believe, that's out there that they're going to require you. I think if you I think it's going to be where you go to renew, not anything current, but either when you get your license or if you currently have one, when it's time to renew, that you're not going to be able to get one unless, or renew it unless you have your vaccinations. I don't understand. I don't understand how this is not an issue. How people are sitting back, hearing this. People that are sitting back, understanding what's happening, and nothing's being done. I don't understand. Maybe it's not my job or anyone else's job to understand. But then again, is it? hypocrisy of everything that has transpired and that's happening right now is mind-blowing. America, we need to do something. And we need to do it now. Should have been done yesterday. This can't continue. As an adult, our lives are being ruined. If you're a parent, you should be as pissed off as I am. That's all I gotta say. I know I'm gonna be coming back on here and making other videos and venting some more. But you know, follow me. Go ahead and subscribe and like the video if anything I said makes sense. But most importantly, is go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe and like this, and please comment. Share the hell out of it. Share, 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 share. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that are just mind blown by this. They're thinking and saying the same things that I'm saying right now, and we need to have a platform. And yes, it's on YouTube, but share this. I doubt they'll take it down, but share it. Subscribe, like, and share. Get it out there.